Hello everyone and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and today is day 26 of Minimal May. For today's video, I'm really excited to talk about gratitude and how it relates to minimalism. I think they're very closely related, but first I just want to talk a little bit about gratitude. I think in the US, sometimes we just associate gratitude with Thanksgiving or certain times of year where there's sort of a holiday built around it. But I think that we can benefit so much by trying to incorporate gratitude and thinking about what we're grateful for on a regular basis. And I'm sharing this video today partly because I do want to talk about this gratitude process and just kind of express my gratitude in this video, but also to encourage you to think about what you are grateful for and trying to incorporate this practice more regularly. Honestly, I do believe that being grateful is a way to dramatically increase our happiness, help us be more empathetic, and just overall improve quality of life. I know personally right now I'm feeling just so incredibly grateful. Like my heart feels like it's just exploding with love. Right now I did recently transition out of my current job, and the past week was fairly emotional as I was saying goodbye to a lot of wonderful students and staff that I was working with at my school. And I think what was so powerful about a lot of that is just that sometimes in life we don't really know how valuable we are to certain individuals or what we mean to certain people. I think at the root of human existence, we're craving to make a difference. We're craving to build relationships with other people. We're craving to matter. And maybe we're misguided sometimes in how we go about that. You know, sometimes people think it's all about the validation of how many likes you have on a certain picture or social media network, or that we think we have to have certain belongings to make us desirable to others as friends, as future relationship partners, whatever it is. But I think that at the root of it, it just all comes back to love and appreciating others that are in our lives. And I just feel so incredibly appreciative and really lucky. I think throughout my life, I found myself kind of at this point several times where you are at the crossroads, kind of moving from one experience, moving forward to some sort of other experience. I've always been the sentimental type, so maybe some of this seems a little over dramatic, but whether that was like at the end of a school year, I tend to be, extra sentimental and kind of sad. I'm not gonna have these teachers again. At the end of, with high school, graduation, college, like each year when I travel somewhere, like on a study abroad experience, missing those people. I think ultimately our lives are really defined by the people in it and the experiences that we have. I think these are the main metrics that really matter. And so I think this is where we connect this back to minimalism. We can kind of think about a shift here. If we believe that these experiences and relationships that we build matter most, we should be looking from a minimalist perspective and seeing if our life matches up to those principles. So looking at relationships, are we building the kind of relationships that we want? Are we spending enough time nurturing these relationships and helping them grow? Or are we distracted on other things? Are we sharing our appreciation with these individuals that we are in a relationship with or people that we interact with on a daily basis? Are we letting them know how much they matter to us? Or are we keeping those feelings secret? Because they deserve to know. We know that feeling. It's such an amazing feeling when people do share how they feel about you. At least for me, that's one of my favorite things. If we even just bring love languages into this, there's a variety of different ways that you can show your love for someone. For some, it's words of affirmation. That's for me one thing that makes the most. I love to give compliments and receive compliments. For some, it's giving gifts. For some, it's giving time. There's a variety of these different love languages here. Thinking about, what matters and how we show that we care about someone, I think it's really important for us to not get distracted by the stuff that doesn't matter and instead shift our energy towards what actually does matter. So that is really important. And I think from the experience perspective, maybe rather than spending our money and our time towards things that don't matter, channel that into experiences that are really important to you. So if you wish to try something new, if you wish to travel somewhere, live your life in a way that you can incorporate that. It doesn't have to be a dream in 10 years, in 20 years. It can happen much sooner than that. You might find that you are spending a lot of your money and time in something that is unfulfilling to you. And instead, if you start to shift that, you may notice that you see a big positive change. And that is really exciting. And that's something I wish for everyone. I know for myself, I've been someone always, I feel like, who's very reflective and just feel like I've had such a lucky life full of meaning. And I want others to be able to feel the same way, which is part of the reason behind this channel, like Abundantly Minimal, trying to live a minimal life, but to create abundance in doing so. Intentional living, like these things, a life full of meaning at its core is, I think, what can make us so happy. Taking it back to gratitude, how do we add more gratitude into our daily lives? I think it comes down to thinking about the simple pleasures in life, focusing on things that make us happy, even if it's really simple, and being appreciative for these experiences in our lives. I'd encourage you to see if you can, throughout your day, exude kindness and show your appreciation to others. One thing that I've been doing recently that just feels so good to me and hopefully feels good on the other end, when I'm interacting with various staff at different places, so if I'm at the grocery store, if I'm at the bank, wherever it is, I always try to be pretty friendly, but what I've been recently doing is also addressing them by name. And so if I'm leaving the store, I might say thank you, and then whatever their name is, or saying hello, and then their name, since they're often wearing little name tags. And just from my perspective, it feels really exciting to address them kind of just as a fellow human being, not just someone who is serving me in that capacity. So I think that's really exciting and very humanizing. And just even with me recently feeling so grateful for the way that people were reaching out and telling me that I made a difference to them, that has made me feel so good. And so I just want to encourage you to channel that outward. And I know it's something that I want to channel outward, is to, if there's people in your lives, whether it's a family member, a friend, someone who maybe has no idea that they've impacted you, I would encourage you to, on a more regular basis, reach out to that person or those people and tell them that they matter and let them know those things. And they deserve to know. Sometimes these conversations aren't always the easiest to have, especially if you're not someone who feels like you're overly emotional or known for that type of thing. But I think it's really important for us to take advantage, not have regret, because we held what we were truly feeling in. And then finally, a great way to incorporate more gratitude in your life, I think, is to slow down a little bit. When we're just running through life really quickly, we don't have as much time to, say and stop and smell the roses, as they say. And I think if we take moments, it doesn't have to be, set aside an hour of time to just think and be grateful. If you have that time and you want to do that, that's phenomenal. But even if you don't have that time, just taking little moments. When you're driving or in the car somewhere, when you are walking somewhere, take a deep breath, be aware of your senses. Think about the day or what you're appreciative about that day. There's definitely a lot of sadness and suffering in the world, and I'm not trying to make light of any of that. I know I am someone who's very lucky because I have not had to deal with very much sadness and suffering in my own life at this time. So obviously my perspective is a bit more on the positive side. But if we can really try to see things from a more positive perspective and see the beauty in things, I do think that makes a difference. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different of a video than I've done before, but again, I was just feeling so incredibly grateful that it felt important to share. So I hope that you have been enjoying the Minimal May series, and I appreciate you who are watching. It's meant a lot to me to read your comments and see that you're enjoying the content here on this channel. So I hope you guys have a phenomenal day, and I'll catch you tomorrow in the next video. Bye!